Oh, good morning, y'all. Take a little sip of my drink. Hope you guys are doing great this morning. Got my little carbonated beverage here. It's water. It is Wednesday. We are live inside Results 1, 10 o'clock in the morning on the dot. I cannot believe that we do this so often, and yet there are still people who watch this stuff. It's crazy, because we're live, like slight delay, doing what we do, no edits, having a conversation. Let me get my seatbelt on. We are in the city of Sanford again. I know I come out here a lot, but because if you're going to make yourself available to someone who wants to highlight our local first responders, kind of explain what they do, little behind the scenes action, then this is where you come. This is what we do. This is why we do it. So we are live in Sanford with the Sanford Police Department today, and gonna have another interview. This guy, I've known him. I knew him before he was a cop. I knew when he became a cop, and I'm really excited because he has a passion for traffic just as much as I do. So I live very close out here, but it is a busy day, so I wish I get to go home after this. But we're out here at the Sanford Police Department and kind of their public safety building. You can see off here on the right-hand side. I'd use my right camera, but it's super foggy this morning. That's not horrible. But you can see here they are joint with not only the fire department, but police headquarters as well. But we are going to welcome Officer French inside of Results 1, drive around a little bit, have a little bit of a conversation about what exactly it takes to enforce traffic here in the city of Sanford. Now you might be thinking, is it that bad? We'll talk to him, because I don't do the enforcement here. So we're going to pick him up real quick. We'll pick Officer French up right now. He's got his car all shiny. He even got his boots on today. Officer French joining us inside of Results 1. Welcome in, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's not often you get picked up like that. Usually you're picking the folks up.
Yeah.
Get in. Well, welcome into Results 1. This is Trooper Steve on patrol, but you already know that. We're buddies, but I got to be formal and explain everything. As it appears on TV is on that screen. The cameras are all right there. There is a third person kind of hanging out with us, but she is back at News 6. She's listening. Her name's Kathleen, our webmaster, and she's controlling all the fun stuff.
Gotcha. Well, good morning to you, Kathleen.
Yeah, Kathleen's like, oh, man, that's the first person ever to say good morning to me. Dude, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Hanging out, man. So for the viewers, a little I know Officer French personally. I knew him before he was a cop, when he became a cop, and then the passion for the traffic. Not a lot of folks other than troopers are as wound up about traffic, but you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit. Where are you from? Born and raised kind of thing.
I'm actually from Florida, born in Longwood.
All right, local.
Went to Lyman High School, and when I graduated from there, then I went and enrolled into the police academy at Seminole State College. Did
you want to be a cop in high school, or did it just fall upon you kind of thing? Or were you one of the ones like in elementary school, cops and robbers like me, running around?
No, I did. Growing up, one of my neighbors down the street, Zach Hudson.
Okay.
He worked for Lake Mary Police Department.
Zach.
He kind of got me interested in it, and kind of knew, through volunteering with the Lake Mary Police Department for several years with him, and kind of helping him out with one of his organizations that he had, that I definitely wanted to, be a law enforcement officer.
That it was gonna, you fit the bill kind of thing.
Absolutely.
You were one of the ones we wanted to groom early to become a cop kind of thing.
And I started early. I was 21 when I started.
Really?
I was 21 years old.
So when you graduated the academy, how old were you?
I was 21 when I graduated.
So you were 21 when you graduated?
I was.
Because when I was at the academy, I had already left the Air Force, but there was a guy, a buddy of mine, Cale Davis, when he graduated, he wasn't old enough to buy his own bullets.
Yeah, my dad was in the same boat.
Okay, so you come from a family of law enforcement.
My dad was a deputy for a few months, and then he decided to change careers. So
he was like, nah,
Yeah.
I'll let my son do it down the road kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sweet. So what got you, there's so many agencies. Obviously, when you got on, getting onto a department wasn't the easiest. You had to almost apply to a whole bunch and see what happened. How'd you end up here at Sanford?
You know, I did everything that you just said, applied everywhere you could. I definitely enjoyed Sanford, hearing the stories about the experience that you get, how fast you get that experience early on.
Right.
Definitely gave me some encouragement to come over here. You know, obviously I wanted to be a good police officer, and I figured the best place to do that is a place that has a lot of experience.
So do you think that's a common misconception, though, about Sanford? And this is all candid conversation, so I hope someone watches this and changes their mind a little bit. They're like, well, it's just Sanford. But I don't think most people understand how busy this place is.
It's very busy.
Like,
we have everything that everybody else has.
Right.
You know, some of it's on a larger scale than other agencies, but you know, we do a pretty good job at combating crime. So, you know, and that's a big thing that we do around here.
You said something. I saw you the other day. I was able to pull up next to you, and we were chatting for a little bit. And you had mentioned how busy the traffic unit is here specifically. Obviously, I'm a traffic guy. I'm the only one with a traffic truck. Talk to me a little bit about your unit, the size of it, what you guys see on a daily, and then I'm going to backtrack a little bit.
So our traffic unit is composed of 2 unmarked aggressive driving vehicles.
Okay.
We have 7 motorcycles.
You guys have 7, and then are they staffed 7 bikes?
We have right now 4 that are staffed, and then we have 1 auxiliary motor.
That's pretty big for Sanford.
Yeah.
Like to have 4 bikes rolling around all the time with the availability to increase that if you have like some of those cross trainers and stuff like that.
And the 2 unmarked cars.
And no, those 2 unmarked are not motormen.
One of them is an auxiliary, but the other one is not.
So when you say auxiliary, define that for me.
So he's certified on the motor, and he'll ride with us, whether it's funerals or escorts or things like that, or go out and do traffic operations.
But they're still a cop?
Yes.
Okay, because like when you say auxiliary for me, that means sworn, not sworn, kind of reserve kind of guy.
Yeah, a little different.
A little different. But, so you guys handle all traffic enforcement within the city of Sanford?
Correct.
What does that exactly entail? Because people are like, oh, you just write tickets. But you guys the Highway Patrol does not investigate crashes here. The county's not coming in. You guys are handling everything.
Correct, yeah. So we do all traffic crashes, as well as everybody is a certified traffic homicide investigator. So we investigate all of our own accidents.
Everybody's THI?
Yes.
So I don't mean to do these pauses, and Chris is looking at me like I'm dumb because I'm like, what? But I didn't know that. And that's kind of a big deal because, one, that costs money. That's training hours, absurd amount of training hours. And it allows the availability for everybody within the unit to have the same certifications and to investigate the same things.
Correct.
You can't, it's not like, I'm trying to paint the picture. A trooper shows up, not every trooper's THI, traffic homicide. Now they need to call the team in. You're calling people out, that's 2 hours. And then the investigation takes hours. You guys, it's pretty sufficient business, efficient business to be conducting in Sanford.
Yeah, you know, with us being certified, all of us, it kind of allows us to also have a break. So we all have set days that we're on call.
Okay.
And that way you're not on call, 7 days a week. We split it up, so we're on call. Usually the days that you're on shift, you're on call.
Now, some people might think that's just a normal traffic investigation, and what do you need a break for? But you're dealing with death on every single one of these scenes. I always use the term you're rewriting the last chapter of someone's life because someone didn't see that happen. So it's up to you guys to figure it out. Talk to me a little bit about why traffic, because there are 80% that of your department would go, heck no, I don't want anything to do with it. And then there's the 20% of us that are like, give me the unmarked car.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, kind of thing. Why traffic?
I just enjoy the safety aspect of it. I think when you look at your insurance rates and they're extremely high, and then you do this job for a living, you kind of realize that it all kind of ties into each other, whether it's bad driving behaviors, it's people who are speeding, people not wearing seatbelts, people that are texting and driving, all the different violations that cause distracted driving or careless driving. Definitely gives me a sense of purpose that I want to try to stop that.
So in Sanford, when I was a trooper, I was all over the place. I think Kissimmee has the worst traffic in Central Florida, period, point blank. No one can convince me otherwise. But when you're in Sanford and you're a traffic enforcement officer and that's your focus, what are you seeing that are the biggest issues in Sanford that people just aren't doing? Like, that's maybe still a problem.
I think it's obviously speed. That's everywhere in the city. Construction zones, school zones, texting and driving, seatbelt violations, left lane violations.
So what do you mean left lane violations?
Anytime you have a multi-divided highway, so specifically State Road 46, you cannot camp in the left lane. So the law says that you have to move over and allow a vehicle to pass because it's not a driving lane, it's a passing lane.
Right.
And if you're in that left lane and vehicles are passing you, then you're committing an infraction.
Dude, you know the book, man. You know the book, and they're enforcing it here in Sanford.
And it causes road rage.
So, and that's the thing I'm trying to get at, and I love that we speak the same language. It's the little things that contribute to this bigger problem. So when people are like, oh, what are you pulling me over for this or that? It's like, yes,
right.
This is why I'm stopping you, because ultimately when you get T-boned down here and you don't have your seatbelt on, you're gonna thank me later.
Exactly. And we try to use social media platforms that we have to.
Yeah, you're kind of a star lately.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is that a volunteer or voluntold situation?
Our PIO reached out to me to do a video one day, and I said, yeah, I'll do it for you.
Okay.
And ever since then, I just really enjoyed the work that he does and the work that we're doing, putting out these education videos to allow the community to know, like, hey, this is a violation, and this is why it's a violation.
Right.
So that way,
not just writing the ticket,
exactly,
but educating them.
Exactly. That way, they're informed of it, because not everybody knows every traffic law that's out there.
Well, you obviously do, because you're rattling this stuff out, man.
That's the job.
That's the job. When it comes down to the enforcement side, let's put the cop hat on, because I enjoy this stuff. What's your? I don't want people thinking that traffic cops want to come out and write tickets. Okay, first and foremost, if there was a day that I came out and everyone did something right, holy cow! I think I'd go home pretty excited about it.
Be a great day.
But. Big but. There is excitement as a trooper in me. Like, you catch that one at 107 on 417, you're like, I'm getting it. What is your favorite way to enforce traffic?
There's a lot of different things. Just getting out there and being visible, whether it's in my patrol car or on my motorcycle. The motorcycle kind of gives me a little bit better of an advantage to sit in certain areas and be able to see traffic a little bit differently.
It sounds like you're saying you want to be in the open and catch a violator, because it's more like, I'm right here, and that's the more egregious one.
Sometimes in the shade.
Okay. Well, it's hot.
Especially being on the motorcycle, the shade is definitely our best friend.
Okay.
That, or sometimes it's just doing operations.
Okay.
We get together as a unit and we say, hey, we're going to go do this day. Whether, we're partnering with Sunrail or we're partnering with MAD, which we just did last Saturday.
You did, I saw that.
Getting out there and just specifically looking for certain things to enforce, whether it's from a citizen's concern given to us on social media.
So you guys are checking that stuff?
Absolutely.
Like if someone's like, oh, you guys never come out here to... actually, we were just there, kind of thing. So you're checking on things. If they're in a Facebook thread, you're seeing things, and you're like, hey, let me go patrol out there.
Absolutely.
That's too cool. So I got a question. You're in my car. I have been told I can't get in your car, but we can check it out.
Sure.
I think it'd be really cool just to see you have a fairly newer patrol unit.
Yeah, it's a 24.
All right, that's in the cop world. That thing's almost brand new, right?
It is, yes.
So just kind of go over the equipment. I think it'd be cool to show a little bit inside stuff, what you use to conduct speed enforcement. Maybe you can explain the laser a little bit for the Google attorneys that are out there that really love to light me up sometimes. So we'll go and check out your car. What's going to happen is when we get over there, you can hop on out and get it set up, and then I'll get this set up and I'll walk on out and I'll meet you. But dude, this is cool. I really appreciate you making some time. I know last week you were a little busy, and you've always got some kind of training going on.
We're constantly training.
Is that a thing of specialty units because you're always on the go? I mean, you're specialized in a certain thing that anytime a class pops up, you're like, hey, can we check this out?
Yeah, it's that or it's department training.
Okay.
We do a lot of department training.
So explain that real quick before I turn around, because I think a lot of people think it's just show up to work and go. But what do you mean when you say department in-house training?
Anything from firearms training, use of force training. We have people that come in and speak with us about, certain topics regarding to, empathy and different situations like that. So it's just a revolving door.
So it's not just like go out 10-8, which is clocking in. All right, Officer French is out writing tickets and he's going home. It's like, all right, today, come to the office. Yeah. We've got an autism speaker or something like that coming in.
Yeah, and it goes towards our certification.
I love
every 4 years we have to have a certain amount of hours to keep our certification.
I still got to do that stuff. Those I-learns.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I was sitting at the office the other day going through the blood-borne pathogens one.
Oh, yeah.
Which every cop hates taking that class.
We do most of that stuff online now.
Yeah, same.
Through, Police One Academy.
Oh, okay. Nice. But I was like, man, and one of my coworkers was like, what are you doing? Why is that on your screen? And I was just like, it's my cop stuff. So cool, guys. Officer French is going to hop on out, and then we're going to check out his cruiser, see what it looks like. So we'll let him get that set up, and I'll be right out with you, man.
I don't think it's as cool as this, but...
Well, those lights mean something. These lights are just for show. So I'll meet you out there.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop on out, check out Officer French's ride here in a second as I get everything ready. Let me flip to the other camera so you can see me a little bit better. We're going to have a nice conversation, see what this ride looks like. I feel like I got to train him up a little bit, get those lights turned on. But, this is what it's about. It's about featuring a little bit of the human that is behind the badge, the human that goes home and that is ultimately patrolling your community. You heard straight from Officer French, fairly young guy. He graduated, lived in Longwood, graduated from Lyman High School, and then goes on to Seminole State College, to the police academy, to come and serve his community. Had a mentor from Lake Mary that now works out here, and is continuing to be involved. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen, just simply because the passion behind what he's doing is pretty amazing stuff. So I'm just waiting for my other camera to hop back up here, and we're gonna hop out and check out Officer French's ride, because he just turned those lights on over there, and we'll make sure everything's up and running. Our webmaster Kathleen, stand by. I have switched audio, and I believe we're doing pretty good. Man, we are working with amazingness here. I'm going to put Kathleen in my pocket. Kathleen, if you need me, you just start yelling, and I hope I will hear you. We're going to hop on out. I'm going to switch cameras. Everything, guys. Are we cooking with some gas this morning? Things are working phenomenal. So let's hop on out, because he's serious, guys. He's serious. He's got his shades on. All right, let's hop out. All right, so we are outside of Results 1, but what we're going to do is... can't nickname it because it's not my car. Do you have a nickname for your car? He's like, no, bro, it's a police car. No, just clip that on your chest there. So it's hot. We're just going to check out Officer French's ride. So real quick, how does Fleet work in a law enforcement agency? So you showed up here, you were a brand new cop, and then what happened?
So at our agency, you have 4 phases of FTO.
Okay.
On the 4th phase, going into 4th phase, that's your shadow phase.
Okay.
That's where an FTO will actually follow you in their own car. So our fleet people will assign you a vehicle. That will be yours.
Okay.
That will be your vehicle to use during your 4th phase. Once you officially graduate FTO, that is your take-home car.
Now, are you taking that car home during your training time?
Yes. No, sorry. Not during FTO. It stays here at the station.
Stays here, so you just get to show up and look at it kind of thing. And then it's almost motivation.
Yep.
A little motivation.
Yep.
So then after that, then you get your car. Now, some departments, some big ones you see across the country, especially the state ones, oh, you get a brand new ride. That's not happening.
Right, no.
No, that's not happening.
Now, we do have a lot of new cars coming in. We're trying to phase out some of the old stuff that we have, but usually, no, you're not going to get a new car.
Yeah, well, it should not be expected in most situations. You're the new guy showing up, you're not getting the new stuff. But when you change units, sometimes you get a specialty vehicle and things like that.
Correct.
I saw some unmarked vehicles. I'm not going to give all the make and models of the vehicles I saw, but you use different types of vehicles for different jobs and
Correct.
stuff like that. And then that becomes their take-home car.
Yep, it's their assigned vehicle.
How cool is that? So walk me around this thing. What you got here?
This is a 2024 Ford Explorer. The light package on here is through Wayland.
Okay.
It's actually one of the newer cars that has the core package on it. So what it is it syncs up with the other cars so that when you arrive on scene to whether a crash or a call for service and your lights are active, all the lights will sync together so that it's not just all going crazy in different patterns.
Of course you guys have that. So for a lot of people, why do you need that? Well, it's a way that it creates calm on a scene.
Correct.
So that other drivers, when they're rolling up, they're not distracted.
Correct. And then also the car is equipped where if you're running lights and sirens and you arrive on scene and you throw it in park, the lights will actually slow down and they won't move as fast, which is also part of that calming scene that we have.
Like that Code 3 pursuit mode, kind of the white lights kick on, the wig wags and the headlights start going.
It's got dual sirens in the front. My custom tag that I had made for the 3 things that are important to me. Arrive alive, move over, and click it or ticket. And of course, you got to have your motor wheel in there.
Amen, man. Amen. So this spotlight, this is some new technology that's out.
Yes. I believe it's called the Argness light. What it does is when you're running lights and sirens, it actually sweeps intersections back and forth.
Okay.
And then you can also use it as a spotlight as well, like a normal spotlight that most cops have.
And it's no longer just dug into the pillar anymore.
No more. Now you can't actually hang your handcuffs there anymore.
Oh,
so gotta put them in the door.
Gotta actually put them on the belt or somewhere there.
Yep.
So cool. Do you mind showing me the inside?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it looks a little different than a consumer Explorer.
Correct.
So is this intentionally made for law enforcement?
It is, and Ford actually makes these so that we can get all the equipment that we need installed in these and allows us to basically do our job a little bit better.
Everything kind of clear, no extra stuff, just the basics really.
Yep, that little joystick thing that's in the middle, that's actually what controls the spotlight.
So joystick thing in the middle, where at?
Right next to the microphone.
Oh, wow.
There. It actually controls the spotlight. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, you can put it in manual mode, and that's actually how you get the spotlight to return home, which is in the position that it's in now.
Gotcha.
Then our sirens are right there. Below that's our radio. Above that's my laptop. And then I put the 2 things on the dash over there. Those are...
Nice. And a patrol rifle.
Yes.
Always ready. Got some gloves, the partition. So does this have the plastic seats in the back?
It does.
Can I check them out?
Yep. It's very dirty.
It's okay.
Very dirty.
It's not made for comfort. It's made for storage. Traffic man. So this is another thing. So a lot of people, why does he have stuff back here? As a traffic homicide investigator, he is tasked with carrying so much equipment around, whether it's measurement devices, the skid, what's that called again?
Drag sled.
The drag sled, things like that. So, and he needs rain gear in case he gets on the motor. So don't mind all that. But
or when you're in the car.
Or when you're in the car. So I asked him earlier, guys, what he uses to conduct enforcement, and there's a device called the laser. A lot of people are always asking, well, how are you able to get my speed? How are you able to do that? I'm certified, but I'm going to have Officer French explain exactly what the Pro Laser is.
So this is a Pro Laser 4. It's one of the newer models. This is actually issued to me. Every 6 months, these go through a calibration process. A company comes to our police department. They sit down and actually calibrate these to make sure that they're working properly. They give us a piece of paper that we have to carry with us for court. It's one of the documents that's required to show if anybody wants to try to fight the citation.
Right.
The laser is a device that shoots out a beam of light. It hits an object. It shoots back towards the laser, and then on the screen, it'll give us what the speed is and what the distance was from when I clocked that vehicle.
Without question.
Without question.
Exactly that vehicle, exactly that distance.
Yep, and right through this screen here is a small dot. That dot will actually go on that vehicle somewhere where there's shiny, whether it's a headlight or a windshield or a bumper, and that dot is what we use to actually make sure that that is the vehicle that we are using the laser on.
And so when you issue that citation, you write everything that basically read to you. The distance,
yep.
The amount of feet they were, all that fun stuff.
Yep, you got to describe what the device is. So it's a laser, Pro Laser 4. You got to put your serial number on there, the device number, and then in the actual citation in the comment section, you'll usually put the speed on there and the distance.
So everyone thinks it's just write the ticket, print, move on, but there's a lot of dotting your I's, crossing your T's as the law enforcement side on this.
Yeah, and then, also, there's an officer comment section where we can put notes for ourselves so that,
Gotcha.
2-3 months down the road when that goes to traffic court or it's a criminal case and it's a year or two later, and this was the device that I used to get my probable cause, I'm not going to remember all the little things that happened, especially when it's seatbelt violations. I always put the color of the shirt. I always put where the seatbelt was, whether it's not buckled at all or behind the seat.
Right.
So, and that kind of helps me in court give a little bit better of a description.
And you can recall it.
Exactly.
Because once you start, I remember writing these notes, kind of thing, stuff like that.
Yep.
Well, man,
and then,
I appreciate you.
The most important part.
I saw it there as I was getting ready to wrap up. We do not, okay, I love saying, press hard, 5 copies. That's because I'm a little older. Then they switched to these things.
Yep.
What is this, man?
So this is a Brother Rugged Jet ticket printer. When I started, I actually handwrote citations as well.
You handwrote too? Okay, all right.
Part of the FTO process is that you have to know how to use them in case something like this doesn't happen. Now, we have tons of these. We got a grant, hopefully to help us get more. But this is a ticket printer. So this is what we use to print, whether it's citations, warnings, parking violations, or your crash report.
Right here.
Yep.
And you can just... There's a program that's basically synced to this. Bluetooth to this, and you don't have to rewrite it. You can just companion if there's multiple citations.
So if I'm in my car, then I have it. If I switch to my motorcycle, it's just a matter of throwing it in the motorcycle, and I'm good to go.
They did not have this when I was trooping because it was massive thermal roll printer.
Yeah. You still have them.
Yeah, Sorry, guys, you still have them. And they break down all the time. Sometimes it's easier just to hardwire in, and they're not Bluetooth.
Yep.
You had to connect via Wi-Fi and all that stuff.
Yep. And then the paper that we get is just a small little roll.
It's like a receipt roll.
And I carry a whole box in the back of my car.
Of course you do. Of course. He says it with a smile. Well, man, Officer French, I appreciate you. Look, I know from a traffic cop experience, I know that sometimes it's a thankless job. But at the end of the day, when there's no fatal crashes happening on the roads and there's no crash during that day, there's something that we could feel that we contributed to that.
Exactly.
And I love the fact that you guys always keep the door open to me out here. You guys are always kicking butt, always out, not necessarily writing tickets, but there's not a time that I cannot drive through the city where I'm not seeing Sanford Police Department. So you guys are very visible.
We try to be out there, and I appreciate you coming over here and allowing me this opportunity. The police department for allowing the opportunity.
Amen, amen. And guys, he's got his boots. He's rocking the boots.
Every day. This is the uniform.
You got to, even when I was in my car, you got to do it. Brother, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Guys, make sure you're giving Sanford Police Department a follow on their social media. Their platform is amazing. They have an amazing public information officer and guys like Officer French that are out constantly patrolling, whether it's educating or anything like that. So give them a follow over on their Instagram. Give this a watch later. Share it. I'm Trooper Steve. I'll see you guys later.